is working. Okay. Welcome to Cybersecurity Bootcamp, and my name is Mr. Brian, and I am your lead instructor for this 7 weeks program. I'm a cybersecurity support technician at Each One Teach One US. Each One Teach One Tech is an NGO in USA that equips underserved people with tools and resources needed to live a successful or gain a successful um, life in the field of cybersecurity. So while I work with them, I also interface with their mother company, Lockdown, also in the South Carolina, USA. There, as a technological, Lockdown is a technology and software company. So this program is proudly sponsored by three arms currently. The first is Cybersecurity ABC, which is my own personal YouTube resource. Then secondly is a Talent App. Talent App is a platform where, just like Udemy, so people who have been making payments, they should have gone to Talent App to make the payments, just that they are working on their platform currently. So once the platform is ready, onward, people who want to register will go there, register. I can only pick registrant applicants from the platform there. No more paying offsite. So the third is each one teach one tech, like I already told you guys. So once again, my name is Mr. Brian, and welcome to week one. So who is this program for? This program is basically for number one, rookies, those who have zero knowledge in cybersecurity and who wants to, go into the field. Also, the program is for beginners who are somehow acquainted with cybersecurity, maybe with preliminary knowledge, who hasn't gotten any of the certifications or who are planning to get their certifications and also get some hands-on practicals. Then thirdly is for working professionals in diverse fields who wants to get an additional knowledge in cybersecurity and also as towards their career, probably to augment their resume, etc. So these are the three categories of people that this program is mainly for. So let me ask, um, which level or which of this group do we have in the class today? George,
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
yeah, which group do you fall into? Are you a pure beginner or a rookie, or you're seeking to add up the knowledge for your resume on your current work?
I would say I fall into two places, beginner and also working to
Okay.
adopt my.
Chinedu,
Yes. So okay. I'm a beginner. Trying to switch from another field to cybersecurity,
okay,
but I've done some things, on my own.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all right. It's all right. Okay, then I guess we are all in the right place. So let's move ahead. The duration of the bootcamp is 7 weeks, and that means we have seven live classes every Saturday. For the next 7 weeks, we're going to be having these live classes. Then weekdays are for practicals, self-learning. If there are some assignments or classwork, you do that within the weekdays. And the group, everybody in the group there are above you. Some are graduates, some are done with the program, some are going for their exams, some are already maybe halfway in the program. So at any time you feel confused or you want to get suggestions of things or you're looking for answers to stuff, ask the question in the group. Someone will be kind enough to respond to you. That's if I don't respond to you, of course I will. My DM is always open. There are two times when I might not be able to respond, when I'm sleeping or when I'm eating. Apart from that time, I'm always at your beck and call. Okay, then let's go into the learning goals. The learning goals of this program, the first one is we're going to get acquainted with the core foundations of cybersecurity, and we'll gain essential knowledge of the concept. I always tell people the concept and the base matters a lot. If you fly and go into the field without having knowledge of the base, you will have a very shaky foundation. So we're going to look into the concepts of cybersecurity, threats, vulnerabilities, defense mechanism. Whatever is being shared in the class can only be, let me say, at most 50% of what you need. The remaining 50%, you will get them when you do your own training. But basically, what we do is to ensure that you have more than enough knowledge to pass from this level to the next level. And at the end of this program, you're no more a rookie or a beginner. In fact, you could be able to apply for internship as a level one SOC analyst. And I will explain what SOC means ahead. And okay, so we structured the program in such a way that by the end of the program, you must have gotten some hands-on experience plus your certification and also a good foundation and background. Meaning, you should be able to. The next step should either be a stretch for the leap into uh, a job relatable training, either with each one teach one tech or any other company out there who's going to offer job relatable training. When I mean job relatable training is if you have been employed as a SOC level 1 or level 2 analyst, what are your day-to-day jobs? So those day-to-day jobs, to be trained on those jobs specifically, that's the next stage of training you should do when you are done with our 7 weeks program. That should tell you how fast and how good it is. So let's go ahead. So we're going to go through Introduction to Security Operations Center, which is SOC. Yeah, SOC means Security Operations Center. So we're going to understand the role of a SOC, how it operates, and its importance in safeguarding organizations. Then we are going to also do a hands-on home lab setup. We're going to do some practicals. You set up your home lab. You conduct network mapping, port scanning, enumeration, scanning tools. You have to use scanning tools, etc. Then also we'll go ahead to do towards the end. We'll do some penetration testing with Bob Suite, where we are going to learn to conduct basic penetration tests on a vulnerable application. We're going to be using tools. If you see in this program, in this particular beginners program, you're going to be exposed to quite a number of tools, which is unlikely for most programs out there. We're going to learn how to use Nmap, Wireshark. We're going to look at Juice Shop application, then Bob Suite. And as we go ahead, some other tools will be exposed to you. So finally, we will be exploring hands-on cybersecurity platforms for day-to-day training. When you're done with the program, you will be introduced to platforms where you'll be able to be doing day-to-day training and practicals and practices. So you will get introduced to interactive learning platforms like Hacktables, where you practice real-world hacking techniques. And also, this the sessions, the live classes are all recorded. So if if at any time you at after the classes, I normally post the recorded link so that anyone who wants to go back and look at it will also have access to that. When you're done with the program, you're going to get some processes that we have here. The first is certificates of boot completion. When you're done, you're going to get a certificate recognizing your successful completion of the bootcamp. Then, followed by ISC tools certificates. You have their certificates, their marks. First, you'll get like 5 badges. Then, secondly, you get in-house certificate from them. Then, thirdly, you have the certified in cybersecurity certification, which is an international certification, and also become a community member of IC2. Uh, Let me buttress a little bit on this. The exam ahead is not um, is not one to be joked with. You have to. It's an external exam, international external exam. You book ahead of it. It's free. So far as you're doing this program, it's free. You book ahead. You go sit for it as though you're sitting for an international exam because that's actually what it is. So before the exam, we'll do the training on how everything that is going to be likely covered in the training. Then you'll be able to um, register for the exam. I'll also guide you guys on how to register for the training and how to register for the exams. You'll go ahead and book your exam at the end of the training or before the end of the training, depending on how feasible you are. So, when registering for this exam, ensure you use accurate details and be very, very diligent in filling the forms because the center that going to be choosing for you will be a CBT center in a town closest to you. I don't know where you guys are currently. Chinedu, where do you stay? Where do you reside?
Enugu.
Enugu, okay. George, what about you?
I'm in Lagos, yes, Surulere.
Solere, okay. So, in our respective towns, there will be CBT centers, eligible CBT centers that are internationally recognized. So they will be able to choose. You will choose a CBT center around you, a location around you for the exam, and it's going to be a nice one, a nice experience too. If you pass the exam, you will get the certificate, the international certificate. If you don't pass it, you will be able to receipt, but your receipt is going to be paid for. And actually, that's when you will know the cost of this program and the certificate because the cost for receipting the exam is $199, I think so. And that should translate to around 200 and something thousand, if not 290,000. So that's not a small money if you're in Nigeria here. So it does to show you how important the certificate will always come from and around there. We have people in Ghana, Gabon, and even Canada currently in the program, in the previous batches. So when I saw them in the program, I was, what are these guys doing here? They should have something better, in their respective countries. But you find out that um, people differ and trainings differ too. So when things are done well, referrals even gets us better people. So you're going to do well to by the end of the program or before the end of the program. If you see that the program is paying you out well, you do well to refer eligible applicants. Welcome to week one. Once again, I am Mr. Brian and I'm your lead instructor for the program. So for this week's program class or training, we're going to go into introduction, then go look at SOC jobs and fields, and also we're going to have a video training that you people are going to use within the week to augment whatever we learned today. So get braced up ahead. What is cybersecurity? Um, Let me hear from you guys. Just in short, what do you think cybersecurity is? George, can you go first? Hello? Yeah.
Okay, uh, cybersecurity is, let me say, it's a study um, where personnel have to ensure that their safety and they ensure that safety and no vulnerabilities in their system. I think that should be the normal understanding for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much. Chinedu?
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, George. Chinedu?
Hello?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry about that. So,
I
thank
think
you.
he's answering a call.
Okay.
So, Chinedu, what about you?
I think it is a process through which our networks and data is protected against intruders and probably malware.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay,
Okay,
thank you very much.
thank you very much.
So, you guys
So
have
you guys have
said
said
correctly.
correctly.
Cybersecurity
Cybersecurity
refers to the
refers to the
practice
practice
of
of
protecting systems.
protecting systems.
I hope I'm not
I hope I'm
echoing.
not echoing.
No, 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 you are not.
Okay.
Okay.
So, it refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from
You
digital
are
attacks.
muted again.
What about now?
yeah, it's okay now.
Oh, okay, thank you. So it refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. That's on a low scale. Whatever it is we do in cybersecurity, we are protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. And these attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing, destroying sensitive information, extorting money from users, or even interrupting normal business processes. In today's interconnected world, cybersecurity is critical, very, very critical to ensure the safety and security of our digital lives. For example, let's say MTN is hacked today. Number one, there is going to be interruption of business. Number two, people who use MTN for their day-to-day businesses will not be able to make use of that service for as long as that incident continues. You now find out that it is of very, very importance that organizations not just stay protected but find way to remediate or cut short the length of downtime whenever there is an attack. And most of these jobs are what we're going to be looking at ahead and how they best do all those. Why does cybersecurity matter? Protection of data, for instance. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remains confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Anything that is sensitive, let it remain confidential. Not everybody has a right for all kinds of information. Second, business continuity, just like we cited an example with MTN. If MTN has a downtime, it's going to affect a lot of things. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly, preventing costly downtimes due to cyber attacks. Then, lastly, national security. I think one of the first cyber crimes that happened was the attack on one of the power plants. I can't remember again, but it should be there in. Um, we will see it when we are talking about SOC. A power plant was attacked with a cyber machine, and that particular attack was specifically because number one, it couldn't reach that country. So the best way to attack that country is to take down their power plant. So you can imagine when for something like that to happen, it is a matter of national security. So cybersecurity matters from the lowest level of communication and network, it might just be your phone, your in your house, your phone and your laptop, up to the national levels. What are the core concepts in cybersecurity? The CIA tried. There are three basic concepts that should be in our mind whenever we are working in cybersecurity. And at the end of everything, we are trying to keep confidential stuff confidential and make sure that things, data remain in they're intact, their integrity wise intact, then at least they are available whenever they are needed. Okay, these three core concepts are called the CIA tried: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now let's put them into practice. The CIA triad. Confidentiality ensures that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. For example, when you encrypt sensitive emails so that only the intended recipients can be able to read them, then you are fulfilling the confidentiality core concept mission. Also, when you integrity means in this aspect means maintaining the accuracy and completeness of data. For example, using checksums or hash functions to ensure that a file has not been tampered with. How do you know that a file that has been sent to you or that has been sent to a company has been tampered with or has not been tampered with? Most times, attackers send fraudulent emails of payment to companies. Not just that they send it, but the companies are expecting the invoice, not knowing that the invoice was intercepted along the way and details changed. So when integrity is in place, those things are used to checkmate if the files has been tampered with or not. Then availability, ensuring that data and systems are available when needed. For example, using redundant systems to ensure that a website remains online even when there is a hardware failure. Okay. To buttress this CIA triad down well, we'll look at an example, a use case. Consider a hospital's patient database. Confidentiality ensures that only the doctors and authorized personnel can access patient record. Yes, the gate man or the security person who has no need or no use of patient's record shouldn't access patient's record. So confidentiality in this space ensures that only the doctors and authorized personnel can access this record. Then, integrity plays a role to ensure that the data entered by one doctor isn't altered either by mistake or maliciously or by accident. Integrity ensures that this data entered by one doctor isn't altered by another, accidentally or maliciously. Then availability ensures that the database, this patient's database, is accessible even during peak times or emergencies. So because of what need is it that you keep our data and when it's needed the most is not available. Just like what is happening in Zenith Bank now. People keep money and now is needed, they need the money, they can't access it due to downtime, service downtime. It is. So understanding threats and vulnerabilities. Before we understand go into this, is there any question so far on the core concepts of cybersecurity, which is the CIA tried?
No question, sir.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Go ahead. Yes, go
let
ahead.
me answer. Okay. The CIA trials.
Yeah.
So what in my question is under confidentiality.
Mhm.
So confidentiality to me looks like, I want you to see if it's correct. It looks like when you are talking of identity management. In identity management, that I am talking about somebody, somebody, just like the confidentiality is talking about someone, not somebody, be getting access to only those data that the person is meant to have access to,
Mm.
and not another person getting access to that.
Mhm.
So it looks to me that I am
Mhm.
is also talking about and the confidentiality are somewhat similar in nature, what they do.
Yes, yes. Both of them are the IAM and the access management. They are fulfilling this particular goal because
Okay.
they provision access to users, and they ensure that there are root levels, there are levels of access. Okay, the access levels of people differs from their job routine and their job, whatever it is needed to them for them to do in the system.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it plays this, it checkmates this confidentiality rule in the CIA
Yeah.
trade. So that's a nice one. Thank
And
you.
that is where two-factor authentication comes in as well,
Yes, 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 yes,
in
yeah,
order to really confirm it is you.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you
That's
very
it.
much. Yeah, let's go ahead. So, understanding threats and vulnerability. Okay, George, what do you think? Would you say threat is or vulnerabilities when you're talking about systems? Do you have any idea? Just the list.
Um, I think threat is threat can be seen as an attack on a network, and vulnerabilities can be an opening in which an attack can be done
Mm-hmm.
on a network.
Okay, good,
I think that's
good.
my idea.
It's all right. Thank you very much. So, a simplified version of what you answered could be a vulnerability is a weakness or a flaw in an operating system or a network or even an application. Once there is a weakness, if you have a building, or if you're doing a building and the people mixing the block, the mixing guys mixing the block are not using the correct uh, formation for the block and the cement and the sand, that block is going to have some weaknesses. It will be soft. It wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hardened enough to stand the test of time. So that is a vulnerability. Weak points in your computer or your network that hackers or threat actors can exploit. Example is when you use weak passwords. Using weak passwords is like leaving the front door open or using ordinary flush door, just wooden flush door as your door. With that kind of door, somebody will just match it once and it will come down. So that is on vulnerability. A threat actor, just like I just called now, is someone who tries to exploit vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to data or system. That's who a threat actor is. And this is what people mistake as a hacker. A hacker is someone who looks out for vulnerabilities in systems and fixes them. But the society we live in, we always find ourselves misusing words. So a threat actor is a person who does these negative things, and this is actually what people mean when they say a hacker. But a hacker on its own self is a professional uh, title given to someone who works as a system penetration analyst or someone who looks at to secure systems. I just wanted to point that out. So when people say, this guy is a hacker, they use it not knowing the real world. When you want to address in the professional way of someone who does bad things, it is a threat actor because he's acting as though he's a right person, but he's not the right person. So he's a threat actor. Someone who tries to exploit vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to data or system. Now, note, security vulnerabilities can arise from many reasons, including misconfigurations, design flaws, or even outdated software versions. Most times when banks do upgrade, they push out patches, newer versions. You might just wake up, you want to use your app, and it tells you to update it on the Play Store. Okay, so those are security. They are trying to stay secure. When systems or organizations go through upgrades, they are doing so in order to either upgrade their configurations or their system, sometimes to remediate a threat that they've noticed flying around. Sometimes they want to upgrade their system so that it will not be vulnerable to a particular threat or the other. So, basic security measures. Okay. We advise that using strong passwords should be very, very much not is no more a thing of doubt for you to use strong passwords. So, strong passwords does not mean you can have a strong password which is weak. You can have a weak, strong password. Now, what do I mean by weak, strong password? Number one, when you're creating a strong password, you have to have uppercase, lowercase, number, and character. That one is good, quite alright. But when it is in a range that people could be able to hack it in without stress, it becomes weak. For example, password one dot sign letter or naira letter is a strong password. It will pass the strong password check because it has uppercase letter, lowercase, it has number, it has character inside it. But it is short and it is guessable. What the threat actors does is they guess passwords, and the way they guess it, there is a how do I put it? There is a surety that they will guess the right one. It's only a matter of time. So business wise, if I'm trying to guess the password of business A or bank A, and bank A only has 10,000 naira inside there, and I'm using a software worth 200,000 to guess that password, it's a bad business for me. True, right or wrong, very bad business. So I would rather invest my time on a bigger stuff. So passwords should go beyond just the check mark of being having the capital letter characters. Try something relatable to you. Make it like phrases that only you can understand. In fact, if you have your personal language or native language that is available on the keyboard, it's advisable also to mix them up. I myself, I use phrases for my password. I could say, this is the day I was born. Like literally spell it out. So in all the spelling, I know where there are inversions of characters. I know where they are. So make use of phrases for your passwords. At least it gives them, the bad hackers, much work than just using 10 minutes to crack into your systems. Then also, we are talking about security measures. Regular software updates. If you have a system mostly or a phone that you use for business, ensure to keep the software is up to date with the at least latest patches to close vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. Then safe browsing. Avoid suspicious websites and downloads to reduce risk of malware infections. Most people go about online and all they do is click on every link and every attachment, downloading, executing. They leave themselves vulnerable to threats, and of course, they might end up losing much. So, on this particular slide, we have our first class work. We're going to list 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. So when you go to get the answers, probably on Google or anywhere, read about it. Read also the surroundings. Don't just pick out the answers. Read the surroundings and understand them. One of the vulnerabilities you're going to find out there, we're going to be doing them in the practicals, just like I show you guys above. So the first class work is list 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cyber security. Okay, moving on, we are entering security operations and incident response. I forgot to mention the first 4 weeks is okay.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
The classwork, are we submitting it today or when?
No, within the week or any time you
Okay,
have.
sir.
So, but you need to read it up ahead of when we start doing practicals.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
So, 15 minutes for the first. Okay, no problem. So we're now in security operations and incident response. The first 4 weeks of this training is dedicated for theories and preparation for the exam. I forgot to mention this ISC2 certification is the one of the least is the lowest one of the lowest hanging fruit of certifications in cybersecurity. It is internationally recognized, but it is one of the lowest. So if it is one of the lowest and it's costing that amount, you should know that the ones higher than it are also very costly. And it's expected that when you are in the job, when you start doing your job, you start being able to, um, easily afford the certifications and also write them and pass them. So, introduction to Security Operations Center and Incident Response. This picture here is a clear goal of what a security operations is. It is like a hub or a place where people stay and they watch out for incidents, alerts, compromises, things that are not going the way they should, and they are the ones that will pick it up at first. They see it from far happening, and they raise it up, and call the attentions of the right people to take care of it. So, what is a SOC? A SOC is Operations Center, Security Operations Center, and it is a centralized unit that deals with security issues in an organizational and technical level. That is what a SOC is. The primary function is to monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology, solutions, and set of strong processes. People who work in SOC are like the frontliners. They are the first eyes to incidents. When something is about happening, they see it first and they call the attention of the people who are able to remediate the issues. And why are they important also? Of course, when you're able to see evil threats coming from far, you have the time to prepare for it and also of heat you're going to receive than when you didn't see it coming at all. When we'll be talking about SOC next week, you will see that before SOC came into existence, companies get attacked. Let's say, for example, in January, or let's say February, they get attacked in February. The company only gets to know about this attack around November, meaning whoever it is that attacked them has from February till November to do and cause havoc. Yet, it's only in November that the company finds out that they've been attacked. There are some lethal attacks that when they happen, they come to stay inside your system. You wouldn't know. Now, it was also found out that like 40 days or 30 days before the attack happened, so throughout the month of January, there were indicators of compromises. There were things, little droppings of things that should have, alerted this company organization that so and so wants to happen. But due to the fact that there was nobody watching, there was no security guard or watching these networks, watching the things that are happening, those attacks were able to come, stay, and cause havoc before they were taken up. Okay, basic roles in SOC. One of the basic roles is a SOC analyst who monitor the network for suspicious activity and respond to alerts. Okay, then we have the incident responders. These professionals manage the response to incidents such as data breach and malware infection. So when the SOC analyst guys, when they figure out these indicators of compromises, when they get info about these stuffs that are want to happen, these threats, they push it out to the incident responders. So the incident responders will now respond to the threat to know whether it is a false positive or whether it is really a threat. What I mean by false positive is most times a user might forget his password and tries 3 times, then gets it on the 4th time. Okay, that trying again and again will trigger an alert. The SOC analyst will see it and will start analyzing who is this, where is this person logging in from? Is the person logging in from the same place where the owner is? Is this the owner? Is this that? They'll push the reports, all the reports they have gathered to the incident responders. Then the responders will now validate whether this is actually a threat or it is just a mistake from the user. So these are one of the basic job roles of people that are in SOC. These are majorly one of the basic things they do. And in fact, currently as it stands now, SOC is also one of the lowest hanging fruits of entrance into cybersecurity for someone who wants to join the field new. Paul, why is Paul coming in this class? Sorry. Hello, Paul.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. You are in this class. This is not your badge.
Yes, okay, I can go out, Abby.
No. Feel free. I just wanted to let you know that this is not your badge. If you want to stay, you could stay.
Okay.
So just mute
Okay,
yourself.
sir. Okay, let me stay.
Yeah, mute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So we also have the threat hunters. They proactively search for vulnerabilities. This is where the hackers stay. Okay, like you already remember that I told you that the hacker is not the person that people paint them to be now. The hacker is someone trained in the skill of looking out for threats in systems, looking out for vulnerabilities and fixing them. So meanwhile, the threat actor is the bad person who is doing the wrong things. So threat hunters, they proactively search for vulnerabilities ahead of time and potential threats that may not be detected by automated systems. So there are up to 40-something roles, more than 40-something roles in a SOC. So for people who there are roles for people who want to be in the GRC, the government and the policy side. There are roles for people who want to be in hands-on. They want to actually do things. They want to sit down on the system. They want to watch. They monitor the system. They want to analyze. So there are job roles for the two sets of people. And also inside SOC, there are still job roles for red team. The SOC guys, if you're working in SOC, you're in the blue team. Blue team are the defenders. They are defending whatever it is that is coming. Then we have the red team. The red team guys are attacking. They are the ones on the forefront. They are the ones pushing the security on the offensive level. These guys are defending, meanwhile these other people are defensive. The threat hunters, they are on the offensive, so they are in the red team. The blue team guys are the ones that are defending. So when someone tells you I'm in cybersecurity, you ask the person which aspect of cybersecurity. It's not just shouting I'm in cybersecurity. Who are you in there? Cybersecurity is like having admission inside school. For example, I always use my school, the school I graduated from, Futo. When you are in Futo, when you get admission into Futo, there is a school inside there where your department falls into. So I did electrical engineering, and the school is SEET, School of Engineering and Engineering Technology, inside Futo. Now, when we now come inside that school, there are different departments, and the department of electrical engineering is one of the departments that are inside SEET, which is inside Futo. So when someone tells you I'm in cybersecurity, you ask the person, which part? Are you in the defense or the offense? Are you which side are you working in? Because most times people they lose the basics, and they float around with informations without having enough basics to back whatever it is they are working in. So you guys are being trained on the foundations of cybersecurity. The defense. You are getting first-hand knowledge of SOC, what the SOC looks like and how it works, and also some red team offensive training, which is when we start doing the penetration testing. Those are part of the jobs of the red team, which is the offense. So trying to fix it. So in this program, you're going to have a mix of the three words together, and I believe with that, just like I already told you guys, you will be eligible to go straight into intern role in any company, internship role, or go into job related training for specific job roles that you're looking for. Because at the end of the program, you will no more be confused as per which aspect. You will now know the department you want to choose, department that you want to be in, uh, in the system. So we have 4 minutes before the first link goes up. Like I told you guys, when it goes up, just go get a coffee or water to drink, and I will share the next link in the group. Then we'll wrap up with that one. So the SOC tools, when you are in the SOC has a set of tools and technologies they use. Okay, and in the material that you're going to be using this week for your practice, you see that SOC is explained in 3 ways, I think. Yeah, the people who work in SOC, the processes they use to work, and the technology they use to work. Every field has these 3 things: the people, the technology, and the processes. And for you to do well in each field, you must be acquainted with all these 3 sections, and that is it. So, SOC tools and technologies. We have the SIM coming up, the first one. SIM means security information and event management. Security information and event management. And it's a technology that provides real-time analysis of security alerts generated by network hardware and applications. Example, Wazuh, Splunk, NTOP-NG. We have 2 minutes. I'm going to pause now, so we'll go take a break. When we come back, I will show you people what a SIM looks like from my own work um, laptop, so that we'll get more knowledge. So guys, go get a cup of coffee, then look out for the next link immediately on. So now, before us is a SIM tool. Like we said, SIM is, you can't remember what it is. It was on the last slide before we went for break. Security, started with security, SIM, SIEM. Yeah. Okay, let me take us back there again before we move ahead here. Present. Yeah, we could say it, right?
What's up?
Yeah, SIM means security information and event management. So this is a technology used by SOC, people working in the SOC, for real-time analysis of security alerts generated by network hardware and applications. Example, Wazuh, Splunk, and N-Top Engine. What happened is the systems that we monitor for all these incidents, we plant a tool or a technology inside them called an agent. We'll plant an agent inside them, which is going to be retrieving logs. Computer talks to each other or talks by logs. They put down their whatever their logs of what is happening to them. So if something happens to your laptop, there is a log about what happened. When someone is trying to breach a network or to gain access to where is not necessarily needed for access, there is a log that is saying all these things. So if you are able to intercept these logs and read them and see them ahead, then you will be able to stand at least better chance of stopping the attack from happening. So one of the tools used to get these logs is called a SIM tool, Security Information and Event Management. So when we gather those logs from our source, it comes into the SIM tool and we analyze it there before sending out report. So one of these SIM tools is called Wazuh. Another one is Splunk, then NTOP NG. For those that are going to be working in the SOC environment, this is very vital because these tools are most of the tools that you're going to be using on your day-to-day activities in the SOC environment as a level one analyst. Also, we have intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention systems, IDS and IPS. So you say that these systems monitor network traffic for malicious activities. Their work is to monitor, just like antivirus. Of course, antivirus are part of detection systems and also prevention systems. They monitor the network for malicious activities and take actions to prevent them. So I wanted to show you guys what this same tool is and practically and what it's able to do. So if that's okay by you guys,
That's fine, sir.
okay.
That would be fantastic.
Just heads up, I wouldn't add this part in the recording because this is my work. I wouldn't know if I'll be breaching any contract with my employees, but I just wanted to show you for informational sake. So during the recording, I will I will remove this part. So it's good you come for live classes. So you eat it from from the pot as it is hot. So while it is loading, we get the option of let's check that. I was there now. Sorry. I hope I've not been locked out. Okay, it's coming up. Yes, we are here. So this is a real life production server. For example, if I'm not teaching you guys and I'm working, I come here. This is where I do my work. So if you can see, critical severity 0, high severity 1.
No, we are not seeing your screen.
cannot see your screen, sir.
Okay, let me thank you for calling my attention to that. Let me share. Let me ensure that I'm sharing that part. Okay, I wasn't sharing. Sorry. If it's up, you let me know.
Yeah, it's up now, sir.
Yes. So we on the top right here, you can see there are agents. Agents. Somewhere we have currently 9 agents currently in the system, meaning our Wazuh, this Wazuh setup is monitoring 9 agents as we are talking to you real time. Over the last 24 hours, there have been zero severity attack, but just one high severity attack here, and medium severity 15,269, low severity 46,659. So, and most times too, they go through with their level, with their rule level. You will know the one that is high, the one that is low, the one to go straight to, and trash. So we'll go to the threat hunting part, so we could pick up an overview of what the Wazuh offers. So right here we have 61,939 total events or alerts that came in over the last 24 hours. For every login failure, for every login, for every logout, for every this, that, we keep log of it. It comes into the Wazuh. Then it filters it according to the issues, the ones that are high, low, and medium. You could see here, what is this? Could you see it?
Yeah, authentication failures.
Yes, 13,291 authentication failures. You see, over the last 24 hours, and authentication success 3,330. And the Wazuh also goes down to explain both in graphs some parts of the alert, what it means, how to solve it. So when I say people that are going into job relatable hands-on training after this introduction beginners training, when you go into a training, ensure that you specifically look for job relatable hands-on, meaning those work you are going to be doing in a cybersecurity company or in a SOC environment. For those that are going to be working in SOC, you should look for companies that offer job relatable trainings so that you wouldn't float around. For example, I work in SOC with each one teach one tech, and this is part of my daily work. And also, I'm being trained extensively on these tools, how to use them, how to look out for threats, how to analyze threats. When someone is trying to access something, you look at the person's IP address, where the person is coming from, verify whether the person's IP address has been flagged for malicious activities in the past, then create a report, raise a ticket, and send it back to your supervisors, who will be able to take it up from there. We have SOC level 1, SOC level 2, SOC level 3. I think so. Then before we now get to the SOC manager, etc. So it is very, very important that I show you guys one of these. So do you have any question? I want to go back to our slide so we catch up with our.
So, so, so now that you do here, aside monitoring this, monitoring this event and analyzing the logs. So
Yes.
is there any other practical work one can use this to do so?
Yes. For example, this is Windows log off user. Is a low alert. So if this is something high, or maybe like root level 6, something that is high,
Yeah.
I will actually have to go in and look at everything that happened, the details of the log.
Yeah.
Pick up
Yeah.
the ID. It's called raising. Now I'm going to be raising tickets. I want to raise a ticket to report this incident. I'll pick up
Yeah.
vital informations like the ID. Yes,
Information.
the ID, where the person is coming from, uh, the system the person tries is trying to do. For example, here in
Yeah.
the summary we have an account was logged off. This is a summary of what is happening. So I'll pick the summary, pick the person's ID, pick the tactics, pick some other vital informations. If it tells me to look at the person's IP address. I'll pick out the person's address, go to where I would search it. For example, if I want to search for IP addresses for malwares or issues, I could go to Virustotal or I could go to MX tools. So some of those tools, then use it and get valid information to augment what the Wazuh gave to me. Then I put them
Yeah.
all in a report and report it using a Jira. Jira is a ticketing management application. So the Wazuh works with Jira, NTOP 2 works with Jira, so that the then I will now assign it to a senior or someone who's going to respond to the ticket. So
Yeah.
that's basically what we do. You get the info from the same tool, which is depending on the same tool of the company you're working with. If it is Wazuh, if it is Splunk, if it is Entop, you get the information from there. You raise the ticket, you push it down to the seniors who are going to look at it carefully.
So this Wazoo now,
Yeah.
is it doing the same thing as Qualis Qualis?
Qualis. Okay, I've not worked with Qualis, so we could just look up what is Qualis anyway. Educate us a bit.
Is asset yes, asset risk and asset management software.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then extensively, if we look at it and how to measure these tools is what they do and the kind of results they give out. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
but these few ones are the ones that are internationally being used for SIM and what's it called, threat management. But there are some other tools that other companies use. That's why I say depending on uh,
I'm more, yeah,
the
not so bad.
companies, depending on the companies that the company that you're working with. But more,
Yes.
there might be much. How do I say? There is more probability that if you're working with a foreign company or a company that is probably outside much developed, they might be using most of these international products like the Wazuh, the Splunk, or the Entop NG Jira ticketing. These are the most of the advanced. So what you're going to do is you will help me and get me uh, the link to Qualis so that I could evaluate it and also compare it. We can now, maybe one of our classes will run a compare analysis within them. But the main thing is to have the knowledge of the procedure. Once you have that knowledge of this is what you do, then you can always know where to go find what you're looking for and you run with it. The knowledge is
All
more
right.
important.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go back to our class.
Sorry, I have a question.
Please ask.
Are you going to be getting the link to this Wazoo and this point?
You said?
Are you going to be getting the link to the Wazoo and this point?
Okay, these are organizational tools. For example, like I said, I work in a SOC environment, so as a SOC analyst. That's why I'm able to access these tools. So I use it to show you not just the theory, but how in real life these same tools work. Do you get it? Yeah. And remember,
Yes.
what we're doing is introductions. So uh, the introductions is very, very required. After these introductions, when you decide which aspect of cybersecurity you want to go into, then it will not be sounding strange for you. you will already have a bit knowledge compared to someone who doesn't know or haven't seen any of this before. So one step at a time.
Okay.
As we keep on going, I'm looking at a way for to emulate or simulate most of the things we do in the real life environment. If I could get access to simulating them, then our students or applicants or the people in our team could also have a way to, have their hands busy with the real thing while doing the training. And of course, so far as you're already in the training, you are there for as long as you want to be. So if there are new stuffs coming up, you could still jump in with us. It's just that once you graduate, there is no mandatory activities for you. You just choose to, come in or go out anytime you want.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Now let's go ahead. I'm sorry for diving out to that Wazoo. I just wanted to, shed some light for you guys. Now, incident response is an organized, strategic approach to detecting and managing cyber attacks in ways that minimize damage, recovery time, and also total cost. So those summary and tickets I will raise, I'll send it to the incident responders, and there are organized, strategic approach to all these things. Now, while I'm raising the tickets on the incident that happened, I do it. There is a template that I use that the company gave for us to use. So everyone follows same kind of template so that it will be easy to trace back the incident. Also easy to analyze it very well, especially for the incident response. People are going to respond to the incident. So it's always a strategic approach towards these methods. So the IR guys, the incident response guy, what they do majorly is they detect, they contain, they eradicate, they recover, and of course they push out lesson learned. In the dictation, they identify. Okay, thank you. I got that part. In the dictation, they identify the presence of a security incident. They containment, they isolate affected systems to prevent further damage. While in their eradication, they remove the cause of that incident, such as deleting the malware. And recovery, they restore and validate system functionality. Lesson learned, of course, this is very, very important even in real life scenarios, so that whatever it is that caused the issue will not repeat itself again. So for every incident and stuff that happened, there must be a review of what has been learned, the things that could be improved on, etc. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Then this section on the legal, ethical, and regulatory consideration. I have special interest on this particular part too, probably at the top of my career. I would love to go into the GRC fully so that I could interface with the GRC guys. Majorly, what they do is they are behind the regulatory policies and auditing, etc., that has to do with cybersecurity. And for someone like me who anticipates being on the C level job roles under cybersecurity, I will have need of a good GRC knowledge. So also for most of us who might want to, we had, I think in batch three we had someone that came in. He's a chartered accountant, so he wanted to have some knowledge on cybersecurity, both his career path. So cybersecurity has this section also for those who do not want to go into the practical coding or looking at or threat etc. They just want to go into the rules and policies. So
That's actually where I'm aiming to go.
that's interesting part. I think what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is maybe before our 7 weeks run off, I'll gather up some inspiring or materials that could help us push us towards the right path because I have eyes on that area too personally, apart from every other
Okay.
part. So we're on the same batch.
Yeah.
There is another guy too in batch four. The guy in Canada, he's also interested in GRC, but he said
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's a nice
Most
guy.
people in abroad are going into that GRC. I think from what I heard, you know, if it gives a bit of a chance,
Hmm.
unlike when you are in SOC
Yeah, you'll be
or
working 12 hours.
you'll be working for 4 hours. You know.
I understand.
So, but there is a bit of ease of work when you are in this part of it.
Okay, it's all right.
So, but I am taking advice from one guy, Unix guy,
Okay.
who says just get in there first.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. Just
Get
find your, get in there first. Then you can now switch.
navigate. Yeah,
So I
exactly.
think that's why I say, okay, let me join SOC and
Okay.
and see what is there. Which that SOC and GRC,
Mm-hmm.
they are similar in nature
Yes.
from what I've seen so far.
Yes. Is a nice combination. It's a
Yeah,
nice
it is.
combination. So let's go ahead. Simplified concept: rules that govern how data should be protected. For example, GDPR in Europe sets standards for how companies handle personal data. Okay, and normally there is normally a classwork here for both people in Nigeria and other countries. So I will ask them to let them list bodies of the bodies in the country that set standards for how companies handle personal data. So you could still add that as your assignment and look it up and share. Maybe when we come to the next class, we'll have a 5 minutes or 10 minutes sharing of looking at on the classworks that we had. So we're almost coming to the end of the class. There is going to be a material for full diving of SOC on a foundational level. Now, the material is going to do some kind of exposure in almost all the almost all the job roles. First, it's going to start from how SOC came into being, why the need for SOC. Then SOC is in being, okay. What are the processes? What are the people in there? So this week is going to be a very eventful one for you. The material is not long. In a week, if you do probably 30 minutes a day or thereabout, you might finish it before the week runs out. So I'm going to be sharing the link of the material on the group after the class, probably before tomorrow morning. I must have compiled it along with the video recording just in case anybody missed the class that wants to. But both of you are here. It's only, I think, what's his name? Benjamin, that is not here. You'll have use of it. Then I think that will be it for today. Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu and Mr. George. It was nice having you both in the class today. And I believe this coming week, is going to be an eventful one. Thank you very much. If there are any other questions before we wrap up or contribution,
I think the first assignment you gave, yeah.
okay, let me see whether I could bring it up. The first one. The first one was under
You just,
vulnerabilities. Yeah, yeah,
10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity.
yes.
okay.
So
But the second one is bodies
yeah, the which
that
bodies in your country or in Nigeria, wherever
set
you are,
standards.
on how companies handle
Oh,
data.
okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate. See you soon. Okay, have a great weekend ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate. Bye, guys.
bye bye.
All right, bye, sir.
Bye. Oh God. I'm meant to do my fast.